My coworker cornered me with if in the office bathroom when I was 6 months pregnant, pressed her hands against my stomach and whispered, "I've been praying for this baby since before you even knew you were pregnant." When I pushed her away, she smiled and said, "We're connected now, I'll see you soon." I reported her and she was fired. That was 4 months ago. Yesterday, police found a crib identical to mine in her apartment, along with hospital scrubs, forged medical records, and a handwritten birth plan, with her listed as the mother. I am sitting in a police station at 8.5 months pregnant, staring at photographs I never wanted to see. The detective across from me, a woman named Detective Martinez, keeps her voice gentle, but nothing about this situation is gentle. Nothing about any of this makes sense. "Ms. Harper, I need you to look at these carefully," she says, sliding another folder across the table. "We need to understand the full extent of what we're dealing with." I open the folder with shaking hands. Inside are more photos from Jennifer's apartment. Jennifer Cole, the woman who used to bring me herbal tea every morning, the woman who laughed at my jokes and asked about my weekend plans, the woman who cornered me in a bathroom with a knife 4 months ago. But these photos are worse than the crib. So much worse. There are printed photographs of me. Hundreds of them. Me walking into work. Me at the grocery store. Me at my prenatal appointments. Me and my husband David having dinner at our favorite restaurant. Some of these photos go back months. Maybe even a year. When did you first meet Jennifer Cole? Detective Martinez asks. I try to remember. Try to think past the fear that is making my whole body tremble. About 18 months ago. She was hired as an administrative assistant in our department. Marketing. I work at a tech company downtown. And your relationship with her? We were friendly. Not friends exactly, but friendly coworkers. We'd chat by the coffee machine. She seemed nice. Quiet. A little awkward sometimes, but nice. Detective Martinez nods, writing something down. When did things change? I put my hand on my stomach. My daughter kicks, and I feel tears burning my eyes. I announced my pregnancy at work in my 2nd month. Late March, I was excited. David and I had been trying for 2 years. We'd almost given up. The detective's expression softened slightly. And Jennifer's reaction? She was the first person to congratulate me. She brought me flowers the next day. Pink roses. She said pink because she had a feeling I was having a girl. I pause. I didn't know I was having a girl yet. We found out a month later. Detective Martinez writes this down. Go on. After that, she became more attentive. She'd ask about my appointments, bring me snacks, offer to help with anything I needed. I thought she was just being kind. Maybe she wanted kids herself and was excited for me. Did she ever talk about her own desire for children? I try to remember. Once, she said something about how she'd always wanted to be a mother, that it was her calling, but she said it in this sad way, like it was something she'd given up on. Did she mention why? No, and I didn't ask. It felt too personal. Detective Martinez leans back in her chair. "Ms. Harper, we've been going through Jennifer's apartment thoroughly. We found journals. A lot of them. She wrote about you every single day for the past 16 months. My blood goes cold. Every day? Every day. At first, the entries were normal. Observations about work, about you being nice to her when others weren't. But around the time you announced your pregnancy, the tone changed dramatically. Changed how?" The detective hesitates. "She began to believe that your baby was meant to be hers, that she was chosen to be the mother, that you were just a surrogate carrying her child. I feel like I might be sick." That's insane. Yes, it is. Detective Martinez pulls out another folder. "She had a detailed plan, Ms. Harper. She was going to take your baby. She had studied your due date, your hospital, your birth plan. She forged medical records that showed her as the pregnant patient. She obtained hospital scrubs. She was preparing to intercept you, most likely during or immediately after delivery." The room spins. I grip the edge of the table. How? How was she going to do that? We're still piecing it together, but she had blueprints of the hospital. She knew which entrance to use, which floor you'd be on. She'd been doing reconnaissance for months, but she was fired 4 months ago. After the bathroom incident? That didn't stop her, Ms. Harper. If anything, it intensified her obsession. She believed the restraining order you filed was a test, that you were testing her devotion as a mother. I start crying. I can't help it. My hormones are already all over the place, and this is too much. This is so far beyond anything I could have imagined. I need to tell you something else, Detective Martinez says quietly. "We found a connection between you and Jennifer that goes back further than your employment together." I look up, wiping my eyes. "What do you mean? Did you grow up in Portland, Oregon?" "Yes, until I was 12. Then we moved to Seattle." "Did you ever volunteer at a community center on Hawthorne Boulevard?" "Around 2008? I search my memory. My mom made me do volunteer work for a summer. I helped with a kids program. Arts and crafts stuff. Why?" Detective Martinez slides a photo across the table. It's old, faded. A group photo of children and teenage volunteers. I recognize my younger self immediately. 15 years old, awkward smile, terrible haircut. "That's me," I say. "But I don't understand." The detective points to a small girl in the front row, maybe 7 or 8 years old. Dark hair, serious expression. "That's Jennifer." My mouth falls open. "What?" "Jennifer participated in that program the summer you volunteered. According to her journals, you were kind to her. You helped her with a painting project. You told her she was talented. She never forgot you, Ms. Harper. She wrote that you were the first person who ever made her feel seen." I stare at the photo. I have no memory of this child. No memory of any specific interaction. I was 15 and probably just trying to get through my required volunteer hours. I might have said something nice to dozens of kids that summer. "She's been looking for you ever since," Detective Martinez continues. "She tracked your life through social media. When she saw the job posting at your company, she applied specifically to be near you. Oh my God. She saw your pregnancy as a sign, as fate bringing you back together so she could finally have the family she'd always dreamed of. With you as her connection to that family, I feel sick. Genuinely sick. I need air. I need to step outside." Detective Martinez helps me up. We walk out of the interrogation room and into a hallway. I lean against the wall, breathing deeply. My phone buzzes. It's David. "Rachel, where are you? Are you okay?" I texted him an hour ago to say the police needed to talk to me. I told him to stay home, not to worry. Obviously, that was stupid. "I'm at the precinct. I'm okay. I'll explain everything when I get home. Do you need me to come get you?" "No, I'll drive. I just need a few more minutes." minutes. I hang up and look at Detective Martinez. What happens now? We've issued a warrant for Jennifer's arrest. She's not at her apartment. We have officers checking known associates and locations. We will find her, Ms. Harper. But what if you don't find her before I give birth? I'm due in 3 weeks. We're going to coordinate with hospital security. We'll have officers monitoring the situation. You'll be safe. Safe. The word sounds meaningless right now. I drive home in a daze. My hands are gripping the steering wheel so tightly that my knuckles are white. Every car behind me could be Jennifer. Every person on the sidewalk could be Jennifer. When I get home, David is pacing in the living room. The moment he sees me, he rushes over. What happened? What did the police want? I tell him everything. All of it. The photos, the journals, the connection from when I was 15, the detailed plan to take our baby. David's face goes from concerned to horrified to furious. I'm calling my brother, he says. He's a lawyer. We need legal protection. We need to know our options. The police said they're looking for her. That's not enough, Rachel. This woman is dangerous. She's been stalking you for over a year. She assaulted you. She had a knife. She's clearly unstable. I know all of that, David. Then you know we can't just sit here and wait for the police to do their job. We need to be proactive. David's brother, Michael, comes over that evening. He's a criminal defense attorney. Not exactly the right specialty, but he knows people. He makes phone calls. He talks about enhanced security, about changing hospitals, about making sure our home address isn't in any public records. But I can barely focus on any of it. I keep thinking about that little girl in the photo. The one I don't remember. The one who remembered me. What did I say to her? What did I do that made such an impression? I try to recall that summer. I remember being bored. I remember thinking volunteer work was pointless. I remember making friendship bracelets and helping kids glue glitter onto construction paper. But I don't remember Jennifer. Rachel, are you listening? Michael's voice breaks through my thoughts. Sorry, what? I said you should consider staying somewhere else until they apprehend Jennifer. A hotel maybe. Or you could come stay with us. I'm not leaving my home. Rachel, David starts. No, I'm not. This is our home. This is where we've prepared for our daughter. I'm not letting Jennifer take that from us too. David looks at Michael helplessly. Michael sighs. Then we at least need to upgrade your security system. Cameras, better locks, maybe even hire private security. That's expensive, I say. Your safety is more important than money, David says firmly. We end up doing all of it. By the end of the week, our house looks like a fortress. Cameras everywhere, new locks, motion sensors. David even bought a baseball bat that he keeps by the bed, which I find both touching and terrifying. But Jennifer doesn't show up. Days pass, then a week, then 2 weeks. The police have nothing. She's vanished. Her car was found abandoned near the Canadian border, but there's no evidence she crossed. No credit card use. No phone activity. Nothing. She could be anywhere, Detective Martinez tells me over the phone, but we're monitoring all your known locations. Hospital, home, work. If she shows up, we'll know. I'm on maternity leave now. My due date is in 5 days. I'm huge and uncomfortable and terrified. David has barely left my side. He works from home. He comes with me to every appointment. He checks the cameras obsessively. At night, I dream about Jennifer. Sometimes she's the adult woman I knew at work. Sometimes she's the little girl from the photo. In the dreams, she's always reaching for my stomach, always whispering that the baby is hers. I wake up gasping, and David holds me until my breathing steadies. 3 days before my due date, something happens. I'm in the nursery, folding tiny baby clothes when my phone rings. Unknown number. I almost don't answer, but something makes me pick up. Hello? Silence, but not empty silence. Someone is there. I can hear breathing. Hello? I say again. Rachel. The voice is soft, familiar. Jennifer. My heart stops. How did you get this number? I've always had your number. I've always known where you are. Always. The police are looking for you. I know. They won't find me. I'm very good at hiding. I've had a lot of practice. My hand shakes. I should hang up. I should call the police. But I need to understand. Jennifer, why are you doing this? You don't remember, do you? That summer? What you said to me? I was 15. I was just a kid helping out at a volunteer program. You told me I was special. You told me my painting was beautiful. You said I had a gift. Her voice cracks. My foster mother never said things like that. None of them did. I went through 7 homes, Rachel. 7. And nobody ever told me I was special until you. I'm sorry you had a difficult childhood. I really am. But that doesn't. You gave me hope. You made me believe I could have a good life, a family, love, and I tried. I tried so hard, but nothing worked. Every relationship failed. Every job was wrong. Every place I lived felt empty. Until I saw you again. Jennifer, I can't be what you need me to be. You already are. You're giving me the greatest gift. You're giving me a daughter. Our daughter. She's not your daughter. She's mine. Mine and David's. David doesn't matter. He's just genetic material. What matters is the bond, the spiritual connection. I've been bonding with her since before she was conceived. I prayed her into existence. I called her spirit into this world. Jennifer, please. Please get help. Let me help you find resources, therapy, support, something. I don't need help. I need my daughter, and I will have her, Rachel. One way or another. I will have her. The line goes dead. I immediately call Detective Martinez. She dispatches officers to trace the call, but we all know it's probably useless. Jennifer's smart. She wouldn't call from a traceable location. We're going to move up your security detail, Detective Martinez says. I'm assigning 2 officers to be with you at all times until you deliver and even after. This is insane. This whole thing is insane. I know, but we're going to keep you safe. The next 2 days are a blur of police officers and anxiety. I barely sleep. Every noise makes me jump. Every shadow looks like Jennifer. And then in the middle of the night, my water breaks. David. David, wake up! I shake him. He's up instantly. What is it? The baby's coming. We'd planned for this. We'd packed bags. We'd mapped the route to the hospital, but nothing prepared me for the reality of it. The contractions start fast and hard. We barely make it to the car. David calls Detective Martinez as he drives. She says officers are already at the hospital waiting. They'll escort us in. They'll stay with us. The hospital is bright and overwhelming. I'm whisked into a delivery room. Nurses swarm. My doctor arrives. Everything is moving so fast. But through it all, I keep looking at faces. Looking for Jennifer. Is she here? Is she watching? Is she waiting? The delivery is long, painful, exhausting. David David holds my hand through all of it, tells me I'm strong, tells me I can do this. And then after 14 hours, I hear it. A cry. My daughter's cry. It's a girl, the doctor says, smiling. A beautiful, healthy girl. They place her on my chest and everything else falls away. All the fear, all the anxiety, all the terror of the past months. None of it matters in this moment. She's here. She's real. She's mine. She's perfect, David whispers, tears streaming down his face. We name her Lily. Lily Ann Harper. She has dark hair and my nose and David's eyes. She's 7 pounds, 3 ounces of absolute perfection. The officers outside my room are vigilant. No one comes in without being checked. No one approaches without clearance. I should feel safe, but I don't. On the second night in the hospital, while David has gone home to shower and grab some things, a nurse comes in to check on Lily. She's young, blonde, efficient. She checks Lily's vitals, notes something on a chart, and then says, I'll take her to the nursery for a few hours so you can rest. No, I say immediately. She stays with me. Mrs. Harper, you need sleep. You've been through a traumatic delivery. Let us care for your daughter for a few hours. I said no. My voice is sharp, panicked. The nurse looks surprised, but she doesn't argue. She leaves, and I clutch Lily closer to my chest. I don't care if I'm being paranoid. I don't care if I seem crazy. She's not leaving my sight. When David returns, I tell him about the nurse. He agrees with me. Lily doesn't go to the nursery. Not once. We take her home 3 days later. The house feels different with her in it. Fuller, more alive, but also more vulnerable. We have so much to lose now. Detective Martinez comes by to check on us. She sits in our living room drinking coffee, looking tired. We still haven't found Jennifer, she admits. It's like she's disappeared off the face of the earth. She called me, I remind her, right before I went into labor. She's still out there. I know. We're still looking. We have alerts on all her known aliases. We're monitoring transportation hubs. But she's been careful, Ms. Harper, very careful. So what? We just live in fear forever? No, we stay vigilant. We stay safe. And eventually she'll make a mistake. They always do. But weeks pass and Jennifer doesn't make a mistake. Or if she does, we don't catch her. Life settles into a new normal. A normal that includes cameras and security systems and constantly looking over my shoulder. A normal where I check on Lily 17 times a night to make sure she's still breathing, still there, still safe. David goes back to work after 2 weeks. I'm home alone with Lily during the days. I love her fiercely, but I'm also terrified every moment. Every knock on the door, every passing car, every unexpected sound. My mom comes to visit when Lily is 3 weeks old. She's flown in from Seattle, desperate to meet her granddaughter. I haven't told her the full extent of what's been happening, just that there was an incident at work and we're being cautious. But mothers know. Mothers always know. Rachel, honey, what's really going on? She asks one afternoon while Lily naps. I break down. Tell her everything. The bathroom incident, the journals, the photos, the plan, the phone call, all of it. She holds me while I cry. Why didn't you tell me sooner? She asks. Because I didn't want to worry you, and because it felt so surreal. Like something from a movie, not real life, but it is real life. And you've been dealing with this alone. I have David. David is wonderful, but he's also new at this. You need your mother. She pulls back, looking at me seriously. I'm staying, at least for a few weeks. You need the support. I'm too tired to argue. And honestly, I'm grateful. Having my mom here makes everything feel slightly less overwhelming. She takes night shifts with Lily. She cooks meals. She sits with me when the anxiety gets too bad. One afternoon, she's washing dishes while I feed Lily, and she says something that catches my attention. You know, that summer you volunteered at the community center. You came home every day and talked about the kids. You really loved it. I did? You'd tell me stories about this one kid who was obsessed with dinosaurs. Another who could recite entire movies from memory. You were good with them, Rachel. Patient, kind. I don't remember that at all. You were going through a tough time. Your father and I were fighting a lot. We separated that fall. I think helping those kids gave you an escape. The pieces start falling into place. I was kind to Jennifer not because she was special, but because I needed to feel like I was doing something good in the middle of my parents' failing marriage. I needed to feel like I mattered, like I could make a difference. And Jennifer took that and built her entire life around it. It's not your fault, my mom says, reading my thoughts. What she's doing is not your fault. But if I'd remembered her, if I'd recognized her when she started working at my company, then what? You would have known she'd been fixated on you for 15 years? There was no way to know, Rachel. No way to predict this. Maybe she's right. But it doesn't make me feel any better. Lily is 6 weeks old when something changes. I'm pushing her stroller through our neighborhood park. It's a beautiful October afternoon, and my mom has encouraged me to get out of the house. You can't stay locked up forever, she'd said. You need fresh air. Lily needs fresh air. There are officers in an unmarked car nearby. They've been following me everywhere, though they try to be discreet. It should make me feel safe, but it just makes me feel watched. I'm sitting on a bench, adjusting Lily's blanket, when a woman approaches. She's older, maybe in her 60s, with kind eyes and gray hair pulled back in a bun. What a beautiful baby, she says, smiling. Thank you, I reply automatically, tensing. May I? She gestures toward Lily. I'd rather you didn't. She looks taken aback, but nods. Of course, I understand. I have 4 grandchildren myself. I miss when they were this small. She starts to walk away, but something makes me call out. Wait, she turns back. Have you ever seen anyone strange around this part? Someone who didn't fit? Someone watching? Her expression changes. Becomes serious. Why do you ask? I'm dealing with a situation. Someone who's been stalking me. I'm just trying to be cautious. The woman sits down on the bench beside me, keeping a respectful distance. There was someone. About 2 weeks ago. A woman. Younger, maybe 30s, dark hair. She was sitting right there. She points to a bench across the playground. She wasn't watching the children play like grandparents do. She was watching one specific direction. The path you just came from. For hours. I noticed because I come here every day with my grandson, and she was here multiple days in a row, always watching that path. My heart pounds. Did she ever approach anyone? Not that I saw, but there was something off about her. The way she stared. The intensity. It made me uncomfortable. If you see her again, will you call the police? I give her Detective Martinez's card, which I now carry everywhere, of course. And dear, be careful. A mother's instinct is usually right. I rush back to the house with Lily. Call Detective Martinez Martinez immediately. She comes over within an hour. The park is 4 blocks from your house, she says, studying a map. She's been watching, learning your patterns, so she knows where I live. She's always known where you live, Ms. Harper, but this means she's getting closer, getting bolder. What do? You stay vigilant. You don't go out alone. You keep your security system active, and you let us do our job. But I'm tired of being reactive, tired of waiting for Jennifer to make her move, tired of living in fear. That night, after my mom goes to bed and David is asleep, I do something probably stupid. I create a fake social media account, generic name, fake photo, and I search for Jennifer. Her original accounts are all deleted or deactivated, but I search through tagged photos, old posts, archived pages, and I find something, a username that appears in comments on several community pages. Blessed Mother 2024. The account is private, but the name tells me everything I need to know. I send a follow request. I don't expect her to accept, but 20 minutes later, she does. The account is exactly what I feared. Photos of babies, quotes about motherhood, posts about divine timing and spiritual connections. And then I see something that makes my blood run cold. A photo of my house, taken recently from the park. The caption reads, "Home is where the heart is." And my heart is right here. I screenshot everything, send it all to Detective Martinez. But I don't stop there. I keep scrolling, keep looking. And then I find something even worse, a post from this morning. It's a photo of a hospital badge, not the one where I delivered. A different hospital, 30 miles north. The caption, "New beginnings require new approaches. Tomorrow is the day." Tomorrow? Tomorrow is Friday. Tomorrow is the day I have Lily's 6-week checkup. At that hospital. At the pediatrics clinic on the 3rd floor. How does Jennifer know this? I check my calendar app, my appointments, and I see it. My account was accessed 2 days ago from an unknown IP address. Jennifer hacked my phone. Or my computer, or something. She's been monitoring everything. I call Detective Martinez immediately, even though it's 2 in the morning. She knows about Lily's appointment tomorrow, I say, my voice shaking. She's going to be there. How do you know? I explain about the social media account, the photo, the hospital badge, everything. Ms. Harper, you shouldn't have engaged with her online. It's dangerous. More dangerous than her showing up at my daughter's appointment? Detective Martinez sighs. Fair point. Okay, we'll set up a sting. We'll use the appointment as a way to draw her out. But you're not going. We'll have a decoy. Officers dressed as you and your husband. No. Excuse me? No, I'm going. If Jennifer sees it's not me, she'll disappear again. She's too smart. Too careful. It has to be real. Absolutely not. You'd be putting yourself and your daughter in danger. She's already in danger. We all are. Every day until you catch Jennifer. This is our chance, please. There's a long silence. Then Detective Martinez says, "Let me make some calls." The plan comes together quickly. I'll go to the appointment as scheduled. David will be with me, but we'll be surrounded by undercover officers. The entire 3rd floor will be secured. Jennifer won't get within 10 feet of us. That's the plan anyway. I don't sleep that night. I hold Lily and watch her breathe and think about all the ways this could go wrong. David is against it. My mom is horrified, but I'm resolved. This ends tomorrow. The morning of the appointment, I dress carefully. Put Lily in the outfit I'd already planned. A little pink dress with flowers. Pack her diaper bag. Act as normal as possible. The drive to the hospital is quiet. David keeps glancing at me. It's not too late to back out, he says. Yes, it is. The hospital parking lot looks normal. People coming and going. Families with children. Pregnant women heading to appointments. But I know there are officers everywhere. Watching. Waiting. We take the elevator to the 3rd floor. The pediatrics clinic is cheerful. Painted animals on the walls. Toys in the waiting room. A fish tank in the corner. Everything designed to make children comfortable. I check in at the front desk. The receptionist, who I know is actually an officer, gives me a subtle nod. We sit in the waiting room. Lily starts to fuss and I bounce her gently. 15 minutes pass, then 30. People come and go. Families are called back for appointments. Everything seems normal. Maybe she's not coming, David whispers. But I know better. I can feel it. She's here somewhere? Lily Harper? A nurse calls from the doorway. We stand up, walk toward the exam rooms. The hallway is bright and clean. Photos of happy children on the walls. We're shown to a room and I sit with Lily on the exam table, my heart pounding. The doctor enters. An actual doctor this time, not an officer. She's warm and efficient. She examines Lily, pronounces her healthy and growing well. Everything is fine. Everything is normal. Any questions? The doctor asks. Before I can answer, the fire alarm goes off. The sound is deafening. Lily starts screaming. The doctor looks confused. That's strange. We didn't have a drill scheduled. My blood turns to ice. This is it. This is Jennifer's move. David and I exchange looks. An officer appears in the doorway. We need to evacuate. Now. Standard procedure. But nothing about this is standard. We follow the officer into the hallway. Other families are emerging from exam rooms, looking annoyed or confused. Parents carrying children. The elderly moving slowly. Everyone heading toward the stairs because you can't use elevators during a fire alarm. The stairwell is crowded and chaotic. David has Lily's carrier. I'm right behind him. Officers are everywhere, but it's hard to tell who's who in the crush of people. We reach the 2nd floor landing when I see her. Jennifer. She's wearing hospital scrubs. Has a visitor badge. Her hair is different. Shorter, lighter, but I'd know her anywhere. Those eyes. That intense stare. She's standing on the 1st floor landing, looking up, searching, and then her eyes lock on mine. She smiles. The same smile from the bathroom 4 months ago. The smile that said we were connected. That she'd see me soon. David. I grab his arm, pointing, but the crowd surges and Jennifer disappears. David shouts for the officers and suddenly everyone is moving. Radios crackling. People shouting. The crowd being directed outside while officers push against the flow, heading down. We burst out of the hospital into bright daylight. There are fire trucks arriving, sirens blaring, hospital staff evacuating patients. Complete chaos. Stay here, an officer orders us. Don't move. But I can't just stand here. Can't just wait while Jennifer is inside, planning God knows what. She pulled the alarm to create confusion. I tell David. She's going to try something in all this chaos. Rachel, we have to trust the police. But I'm already moving, pushing through the crowd, looking for Jennifer. David follows, carrying Lily, trying to keep up. And then I see her again. She's near the parking parking garage, moving fast, looking over her shoulder. She sees me seeing her and she runs. I run too. I don't think, I just move. Rachel, stop! David yells behind me, but I can't. I have to end this. Jennifer ducks into the parking garage. I follow, vaguely aware of footsteps behind me. Officers probably, or David, or both. The garage is dimly lit and echoing, cars everywhere, support pillars creating shadows. I lose sight of Jennifer for a moment, but then I hear her voice. Rachel, I just want to talk. She's one level up, leaning over the railing, looking down at me. There's nothing to talk about, I call back. It's over, Jennifer. The police are here. You can't get away. I don't want to get away. I want what's mine. She's not yours. Yes, she is. Jennifer's voice cracks. You don't understand. You can't understand. I've been preparing for her my whole life. Every foster home, every disappointment, every failure. It was all leading to this, to her, to being her mother. You need help, Jennifer. Please, let me help you get help. I don't want help. I want my daughter. She starts moving toward the stairs. I back up, looking around for the officers. Where are they? Why haven't they caught up? And then Jennifer is on my level, walking toward me. She doesn't have a weapon this time, just her hands reaching out like she did in the bathroom. Just let me hold her. Once, please. I've dreamed about it for so long. No, Rachel, please. I'm begging you. Just once. Let me feel what it's like. What I've been praying for. Jennifer, stop. Don't come any closer. But she keeps walking, keeps reaching. And I realize with horror that she's not rational. She's never been rational. This whole time I've been trying to understand her logic, but there is no logic. Just obsession and delusion and desperate, broken need. Stop! A voice echoes through the garage. Detective Martinez, finally. Jennifer Cole, stop right there. Put your hands up. Jennifer freezes, looks at the detective, looks at me, and then she does something I don't expect. She starts crying. Not angry crying, not dramatic crying, just quiet, heartbroken tears sliding down her face. I just wanted a family, she whispers. That's all I've ever wanted. Just someone to love me back. Why is that so impossible? Why can't I have what everyone else has? And despite everything, despite the stalking and the terror and the danger, I feel sorry for her. This broken, damaged woman who took a simple kindness from a 15-year-old and turned it into a lifetime of fantasy. Jennifer, you can't steal someone else's family, I say quietly. That's not how it works. I know, her voice is small, defeated. I've always known, but I didn't know what else to do, how else to make the pain stop. More officers arrive. They approach Jennifer carefully, talking to her in calm voices. She doesn't resist. She just stands there, crying, while they cuff her hands behind her back. As they lead her away, she looks back at me one more time. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Rachel, for all of it. I never meant to scare you. I just wanted to belong. And then she's gone. David reaches me, holding Lily tight. Are you okay? I don't know. I really don't know. We sit in the police station for hours, giving statements. Detective Martinez explains that Jennifer will undergo psychiatric evaluation, that she'll likely be committed to a mental health facility rather than prison, given her obvious delusions. She needs treatment, not punishment, the detective says. Though the stalking charges will remain on record, she won't be able to get near you or your family again. What about the fire alarm? I ask. She had a friend do it, someone she met online, also with mental health issues. They're in custody too. As we finally leave the station, the sun is setting. Lily is asleep in her carrier, completely oblivious to the drama of the day. David puts his arm around me. Is it really over? He asks. I think so. I hope so. That night, lying in bed with David beside me and Lily in her bassinet, I think about Jennifer. About the little girl in that photo who just wanted someone to see her, who took one moment of kindness and built an entire fantasy around it. I think about how fragile we all are, how the smallest interactions can have lasting impacts we never imagine, how trauma can twist good memories into dangerous obsessions. But mostly I think about Lily, about protecting her, about raising her to be kind but also strong, about teaching her that she can't save everyone, can't fix every broken person, can't let others' pain become her responsibility. 3 months later, we get a letter. It's from a psychiatric facility upstate, from Jennifer. I almost don't open it, almost throw it away, but something makes me read it. The letter is different from what I expected. It's coherent, lucid, self-aware. She writes about her treatment, about finally understanding the difference between reality and delusion, about recognizing that what she did was wrong, was dangerous, was criminal. She writes about that summer at the community center, about how I helped her with a painting of a butterfly, how I told her that butterflies start as caterpillars and transform into something beautiful, and that she could transform too, how those words became a mantra for her through years of foster care and disappointment. She writes that she's sorry, that she knows sorry isn't enough, that she'll spend the rest of her life trying to understand why she became what she became, trying to heal, trying to be better. And at the end, she writes something that stays with me. I hope your daughter never knows a day of the loneliness I've felt. I hope she grows up surrounded by love and knows she's wanted. I hope she never has to cling to a stranger's kindness because she has no one else. That's my wish for her, for what it's worth. I fold the letter carefully and put it away. I don't respond. I don't need to, but I keep it because someday, maybe it'll be a reminder of how complicated people are, how pain can manifest in terrible ways, how we're all just trying to find where we belong. Lily is 4 months old now. She smiles and laughs and reaches for everything. She has no idea how wanted she is, how protected, how loved, and that's exactly how it should be. Sometimes I still check the cameras at night, still look over my shoulder in parking lots, still feel my heart race when a stranger approaches us in public. But it's getting better, slowly, day by day. The other day, David and I took Lily to that park again, the one where Jennifer used to watch. We spread a blanket on the grass and let Lily experience her first real autumn day. Leaves falling, cool breeze, golden sunlight. An older woman approached. Not the same grandmother from before, but someone similar. Kind eyes, genuine smile. Beautiful baby, she said. And this time, I smiled back. Thank you, she really is. The woman didn't linger, didn't ask to hold her, just continued on her walk. Normal, simple, the way interactions should be. David squeezed my hand. You okay? Yeah, I actually am, because that's the thing about trauma. It changes you, makes you more cautious, more aware, more protective, but it doesn't have to define you, doesn't have to control you. Jennifer's obsession with me came from a place of deep pain and loneliness. I understand that now, but it was never my responsibility to fix her. Just like my offhand kindness 15 years ago wasn't an invitation for her to build her entire life around me. We all carry our wounds. We all search for connection. We all want to belong, but there are healthy ways and unhealthy ways. Reality and delusion. Love and obsession. I hold Lily close and breathe in her baby smell. Milk and powder and something uniquely her. My daughter. Mine and David's. No one else's. She'll grow up knowing she's wanted. She'll have the family Jennifer always craved. And if I'm lucky, I'll teach her to be kind without losing herself, to help others without making their problems her own, to set boundaries, to trust her instincts, to run when she needs to run and stand her ground when she needs to stand. Those are the lessons from all of this. Hard-won, painful, but real. The sun sets over the park, painting the sky orange and pink. Families pack up their picnics. Dogs chase balls. Children laugh on swings. Normal, beautiful, safe. Lily falls asleep in my arms, and I watch her eyelids flutter. She dreams of things I can't imagine, a world that's nothing but warmth and milk and comfort. And I promise her silently what I've promised her every day since she was born. I will protect you. I will love you. I will always, always keep you safe, no matter what.